This week, your future is sending a warning. So here's what to expect and what to do about it. Hello, beautiful people. Life can be a challenge, but at least we have each other. Yes, it's week 3 of Cancer season, and we have Neptune going retrograde in Aries. The Sun will square Saturn. Venus will be entering Virgo, and Mercury retrograde semi-squares Mars. So in this video, I will cover what to expect and what to do about it for your individual sign, and I will also go over the one action you can take to make the most of all this energy. And if you haven't yet, don't forget, check out my new book, Unbreakable, to find out what to say and how to say it to resolve any problem in your relationships. Okay, no more wasting time. Let's go. Okay, my powerful Aries, let's prepare to make the most of week 3 of Cancer season. Here's what to expect and what to do about it. This week is gonna feel like the universe is saying, Aries, I love your fire, but before you run through the wall, can we please check to see if there might be a door? First, Mars in Gemini trines Pluto in Aquarius, activating your 3rd house of communication and your 11th house of friends, audience, community, and future plans. So what you can expect is powerful conversations that can bring opportunities. You can expect sharper instincts about those opportunities, and you can expect big ideas that could definitely result in forward movement and the ability to say something that genuinely moves people. So your words have weight this week, Aries. So use them like medicine, not like a folding chair at a family reunion. Then the Sun in Cancer squares Saturn in Aries, lighting up your 4th house of home, family, emotional foundations, and private life, while Saturn is pressing on your 1st house of identity, your body, your confidence, and your personal responsibility. So you may feel pressure between who you are becoming and what your family, your past, or your comfort zone still expects from you. And this is meant to be a maturing transit. So the assignment is to stop proving you are strong by carrying emotional weight that nobody asked you to carry. It is not your job to volunteer for things that other people can handle on their own, especially when you are focusing on your own life. So keep that in mind this week. Then Neptune stations retrograde in Aries in your 1st house. And this is big for you because you may start questioning who you are and what you want and what inspires you, and where you have been chasing a fantasy version of yourself instead of honoring the real version of yourself. So look at this as an identity cleanse. Let the illusion dissolve without treating confusion like failure. It's healthy to question your identity at times and make revisions based on present information and circumstances. Then Venus enters Virgo, activating your 6th house, so love, money, and peace now come through better systems. This is where you stop waiting for life to feel magical and just start making your daily life less chaotic. Hydrate, answer emails, fix your schedule, stretch your body, clean up your space. Sometimes the spiritual breakthrough comes from finally organizing the drawer that has been looking like a raccoon filed taxes in it. With Venus trining Chiron in Taurus and opposing the North Node in Pisces, healing comes through remembering your worth while also knowing when to rest and when to release and when to stop over-functioning, Aries. So this can be a very healing week if you value yourself enough to genuinely take care of yourself. And by Saturday, the Sun semi-squares Uranus in Gemini, so unexpected conversations or unexpected information may shake you up emotionally. But if and when this happens, pause before reacting, because not every text message deserves a military response. Wait until the main wave of emotion passes through you. Then breathe, reassess the situation, and figure out the best way to move forward based on the facts. And don't forget that the universe is always working in your best interest. So whatever shows up, even if it's frustrating in the moment, ask yourself, how can this be something good for me? How can I work through this? What is in this experience that I can use for forward momentum and for growth? And the one action to take this week is choose one daily habit that proves you are becoming the person that you say you are, and commit to it for 7 straight days. This week can be a major momentum week for you, Aries, as long as you do not get distracted by things that you cannot control, and as long as you make sure you focus on the things that you can. So embrace all of these energetic openings, and happy week 3 of Cancer season, Aries. Okay, my powerful Taurus, so let's prepare to make the most of week 3 of Cancer season. Here's what to expect and what to do about it. This week is going to feel like the universe walks into your life, looks everything over, and then asks you why you are living your life like an episode of Survivor. First, Mars in Gemini trines Pluto in Aquarius, activating your 2nd house of money and self-worth, while Pluto is powering up your 10th house of career and your public life. So what you can expect is a serious push around money and your confidence and pricing and career moves and knowing what your gifts are actually worth. This is a strong energy that is saying to you, stop discounting yourself just because you are good at making hard things look easy. And this push can come in the form of motivation, or it can come in the form of an opportunity, which is great. And when this comes up, make sure to speak with strategy. By that I mean ask for the rate that you are worth. Pitch your idea with confidence. Update the offer with confidence. Use your voice like it belongs in the room, because it does. So this week can be the perfect time to set some financial standards in your favor, Taurus. Then the Sun in Cancer squares Saturn in Aries, activating your 3rd house, while Saturn presses on your 12th house. So you may feel mentally heavy, privately tired, or like a simple conversation is somehow carrying the emotional weight of a 10-part documentary. But this is bringing you an opportunity to make conscious decisions on what you prioritize in terms of your thoughts. You're gonna ask yourself, what deserves my focus? It's time to start taking control of how you deal with any heaviness that life throws your way by having a protocol in place for when intense emotions or thoughts come up. Let yourself feel things, but also direct where you want certain thoughts to go once they show up. This way you don't get distracted from what you know is best for you in each given moment. Then Neptune stations retrograde in Aries in your 12th house, which can reveal where you have been avoiding rest, where you have been ignoring your intuition, where you have been romanticizing isolation, or where you have been calling confusion a sign. For your Taurus energy, clarity comes through simplicity. So make sure you are getting enough sleep and that you are taking time to pray or to journal or to just sit still and let your body tell the truth before your mind starts redecorating a lie. It will be so important during this Neptune retrograde phase to stay grounded in what you know is real and what shows you proof. So follow your intuition, but don't make decisions without certainty. Then Venus enters Virgo, which is amazing for you when it comes to love and money, lighting up your 5th house of joy and creativity and romance and pleasure and children if you have them, and self-expression. So this is really beautiful for you, Taurus. Love will become more practical. Creativity will become more focused. And pleasure will become something that you can actually build into your life instead of just hoping that it magically appears between disappointments. Now with Venus trining Chiron in Taurus and opposing the North Node in Pisces, healing will come when you stop hiding your gifts and you start letting the right people witness your growth. So renew your excitement about who you are and what you have to offer. And renew your faith around the fact that you will attract the right people or the right person into your life, because by doing that you will. And by Saturday, the Sun semi-squares Uranus in Gemini, so unexpected news or conversations may shake up money, plans, or your self-confidence. But just stay flexible and keep reminding yourself that the universe is always working in your best interest. So the one action that you can take to make the most of this week is choose one gift or one skill or one offer that you have been underpricing or under pursuing or underusing, and take one practical step to honor its value. So embrace all of these energetic openings, and happy week 3 of Cancer season, Taurus. Okay, my powerful Geminis, let's prepare to make the most of week 3 of Cancer season. Here's what to expect and what to do about it. This week is gonna feel like the universe hands you a microphone and hands you a mirror and hands you a bank statement and says, let's talk about what you actually value and what you actually are prioritizing. First, Mars in Gemini trines Pluto in Aquarius, activating your 1st house, while Pluto powers up your 9th house. So what you can expect is a surge of personal power. Your mind is sharp, your voice is persuasive, and your presence can move people, and all of this is going to be amplified during this time. So this is an incredible transit for you. But the assignment is more than just sounding brilliant. You already do that in your sleep with one eye open and with 14 tabs open in your spirit. The assignment is to speak from truth. Forget about performance. Say the thing that liberates you without worrying about if it keeps everyone entertained or not. Then the Sun in Cancer squares Saturn in Aries, activating your 2nd house of money and self-worth, while Saturn presses on your 11th house of friends and community and long-term goals. So this can bring pressure around your finances and around the feeling of belonging. It can bring pressure around your networking or feeling like you have to prove your value to the group. So when these pressures show up, it will be important to make sure that you stop letting other people's approval set your price or change your mind about how to behave. Your worth is not a group project. If the room is making you shrink to stay included, that is not your community. So keep that in mind as this week unfolds. It's time for you to set the standard of where you want to be and who you want to be surrounded by and start making edits accordingly. Then Neptune stations retrograde in Aries in your 11th house, which can reveal illusions around friendships or social circles. It can reveal illusions around your audiences or your dreams and your future plans. So you may realize someone was more of a fantasy ally than a real one. Or you may see that a dream that you had doesn't need you to let it go completely. It just needs you to give it a better structure. So keep that in mind this week also. Then Venus enters Virgo, lighting up your 4th house of home, family, emotional roots, and your private life. So peace now for you will come through cleaning up your space, simplifying your routines, and making your home feel like a sanctuary instead of a charging station for everyone else's chaos. So it's not a big opening for love or money, but it is an opening that shows you that when your foundation is a place that you can recharge, that's when love and money can be manifested more effectively. Now with Venus trining Chiron and Taurus and opposing the North Node in Pisces, healing for you this week will come through balancing your private life with your public calling. You're being asked to build success that does not cost you your sanity. And by Saturday, the Sun semi-squares Uranus in Gemini, so unexpected money, confidence, or identity issues may pop up. And just make sure that if and when they do, you pause before reacting. And then also make sure you keep in mind that the plot twist may be frustrating, but likely to be very useful for you. And the one action that you can take this week is name one place where you have been underestimating your value and make one clear adjustment that reflects your worth. So embrace all of these energetic openings and happy week 3 of Cancer season, Gemini. Okay, my powerful Cancerians, let's prepare to make the most of week 3 of your season. Here's what to expect and what to do about it. This week is gonna feel like the universe is handing you a birthday cake, it's handing you a mirror, and it's handing you a clipboard saying make a wish, but also make some conscious adjustments so that your future choices come from clarity and not old patterns. First, Mars in Gemini trines Pluto in Aquarius, activating your 12th house of hidden fears, rest and closure and dreams and subconscious patterns, while Pluto moves through your 8th house of intimacy, shared money, trust, and deep transformation. So what you can expect here is something buried to come to the surface. And although that sounds a little scary, it's actually great because it's meant to set you free. A fear, a secret, an old attachment, or an energetic cord may reveal itself so that way you can finally stop letting it run your life. Then the Sun in Cancer squares Saturn in Aries, activating your 1st house of identity, confidence, your body, and your personal direction, while Saturn is pressing on your 10th house of career, reputation, your responsibilities, and your public life. So this may feel like pressure between who you're becoming and what the world is expecting from you. You may feel more visible and more responsible, or like everybody suddenly needs something from you while you're over here trying to have a successful emotional rebirth. So when this comes up, make sure you do not shrink because responsibility feels like it's getting louder. Saturn is reminding you that in order for you to grow, there has to be an action plan and a strong foundation. So the sooner you come up with the action plan, the stronger and more confident you're gonna feel when these pressures start to show up, and you'll even be excited about them. Then Neptune stations retrograde in Aries in your 10th house, bringing a reality check around career and your purpose and bosses and your goals and the version of success that you thought you were supposed to chase. You may realize that one dream still feels sacred, while another dream that you had you may realize was just people pleasing. And let this fog clear without panicking. This Neptune retrograde is going to make your career direction much more clear for you, but through some realizations that may feel harsh at the time, but will be very good for you. Then Venus enters Virgo, lighting up your 3rd house of communication, mindset, content, your siblings, your neighbors, and daily conversations. So your words are going to become medicine this week, but only if they are honest and clear and not dipped in emotional codependency sauce. You know who you are and what you feel and what you know, so speak from that level of confidence. So your success of love and money during this Venus transit is going to have a lot to do with communication. Now, while Venus is trining Chiron in Taurus and opposing the North Node in Pisces, healing for you will come through saying the practical truth while still trusting the bigger vision. Your voice during this time can help your community and your audience and even your friendships. It can help those heal, but you have to make sure that you're not over-explaining your heart to people that are committed to misunderstanding it. And by Saturday, the sun semi-squares Uranus in Gemini, so a sudden realization or a dream or a message or a private emotional trigger may shake you up. And if and when that does, know that this is somehow in your best interest. So pause and breathe and remind yourself that every feeling is not an emergency, and then proceed accordingly. Ask yourself what it's trying to show you, what it's trying to direct you to. And then when you go in that direction, start to find as many provable facts as you possibly can, and then assess the situation from your intuitive place and from your practical place based on the facts, and then blend those two pieces of information together to come to the conclusion of what it is you want to do moving forward. And the one action to take this week is write one honest sentence that begins with, "The part of me that I'm ready to stop hiding is," and then let that truth guide your next move. So embrace all of these energetic openings. I hope your season is going great, and happy week 3 of Cancer season, Cancers. Okay, my powerful Leos, let's prepare to make the most of week 3 of Cancer season. Here's what to expect and what to do about it. This week is gonna feel like the universe is turning the lights down, pointing you towards the backstage mirror, and then saying to you, before your season begins, let's make sure that the star of the show is not working through exhaustion. First, Mars in Gemini trines Pluto in Aquarius, activating your 11th house of friends and future plans, while Pluto powers up your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, contracts, and one-on-one dynamics. So what you can expect is very strong momentum and movement through people, which means the right conversation, a collaboration, a client relationship, a friend or an audience connection could open a serious door for you, which is fantastic. All you need to do is make sure you're recognizing who has real power and real loyalty and real alignment. Everybody cheering you on is not automatically on your team. Some people cheer because they love you, which is great, and some people cheer because they want proximity to you. Discernment is going to be your friend this week, Leo. Then the sun in Cancer squares Saturn in Aries, activating your 12th house, while Saturn presses on your 9th house. So this can feel like your spirit is asking for quiet, but your life is demanding direction and action. You may feel tired and reflective or privately unsure about your next chapter. And if you feel this way, just make sure that you don't confuse stillness with stagnation. Stillness signals that your soul is giving you time to remove an old costume so that way you can refresh and step into your next chapter. So give yourself space and time and grace. Then Neptune stations retrograde in Aries in your 9th house, bringing a reality check around your beliefs, around your purpose, and around the story that you tell yourself about your future. So a dream that you have may need some editing, and that's okay. A belief may need some updating. A divine sign may need to prove that it's not just avoidance. So allow your perspective to be updated, Leo. Then Venus enters Virgo, lighting up your 2nd house of money, self-worth, values, your voice, and what you believe you deserve. So this is beautiful for you getting practical about your value and for you attracting some money, which is great. So use this time to price the offer, to clean up your budget, and to stop giving royal level energy to anyone paying emotionally in coupons and confusion. Now with Venus trining Chiron and Taurus and opposing the North Node in Pisces, healing comes through valuing yourself publicly and privately. Your career, your confidence, your intimacy, and your financial life are all asking the same question. Do you trust yourself enough to stop undercharging for your light? Now by Saturday, the sun semi-squares Uranus in Gemini, so unexpected news from a friend or your audience or a group or a future plan may shake something loose. And if and when it does, make sure to pause before reacting and make sure that you remember that everything happening to you is happening for you in some way. The surprise may be the redirection that you need, so keep that in mind. The one action to take this week is write down one way you have been undervaluing your gift and then make one practical adjustment that honors your worth. So embrace all of these energetic openings and happy week 3 of Cancer season, Leos. Okay, my powerful Virgos, let's prepare to make the most of week 3 of Cancer season. Here's what to expect and what to do about it. This week is gonna feel like the universe is walking into your life with a label maker, a spiritual flashlight, and a very serious question. Virgo, are we improving the plan or are we just using the plan to avoid the feeling? First, Mars in Gemini trines Pluto in Aquarius, activating your 10th house of career, reputation, visibility, your leadership skills, and your public direction, while Pluto is powering up your 6th house of work, health, and daily responsibilities. So what you can expect is serious momentum in a very positive way around work and your purpose, which is fantastic for you. You may have a great conversation with someone, you may make a strategic career move, or realize that your daily habits are either supporting your career and your life or quietly sabotaging it. So the move here is to use your intelligence with intention. Fix the system, clean up your workflow, make the bold move, and do not let productivity become your emotional support animal. If feelings come up, feel them. Don't just stay busy to avoid them. Because when you feel them, you will ask yourself, where are they taking me? What are they asking me to look at? Because that direction and that investigation is what can unlock doors for you in terms of putting you on the right path. Then the Sun in Cancer squares Saturn in Aries, activating your 11th house of friends and future goals, with Saturn pressing on your 8th house of intimacy, shared money, and emotional vulnerability. So this can bring pressure around who you trust, around who you build with, and what certain connections actually cost you. So you may realize that some people are not part of your future. They're just familiar furniture from an old emotional apartment. And yes, even if the furniture still technically works, it may still be ugly or heavy and blocking the door. So if conflict or clarity comes up, use that information about who is meant to move forward with you and whose purpose in your life has reached its end date. Then we have Neptune stationing retrograde in Aries in your 8th house, revealing illusions around trust, around control, and emotional entanglements. So this is where you stop romanticizing potential in people and situations and start asking yourself, is this actually safe for me? Is this energy exchange mutual? Is this honesty between us? And this will be the time to really start establishing a strong flow of give and take in your deep emotional relationships, whether they are romantic or family or friends or even business relationships. Because if there's a deep connection, it needs to be rooted in a strong flow of give and take in order for it to grow. Then Venus enters Virgo, lighting up your 1st house of identity, your body, your confidence, your appearance, and your personal magnetism. So this is beautiful for you, Virgo, when it comes to love and money. So just know, the way to activate this beauty is to make sure that you stop trying to earn love through usefulness and start embodying self-respect, which takes us back to that flow of give and take. And just know, when I'm talking about that flow of give and take, it's an energy thing. It doesn't mean that if you give someone $5, they have to give you $5 back. This is more about asking yourself, do I feel appreciated in this connection? Does it feel like this person is putting as much energy into this connection and relationship in the ways that they are capable of doing? Are they doing it at the same level that you are? And with Venus trining Chiron and Taurus and opposing the North Node in Pisces, healing will come through updating your beliefs about love and your beliefs about partnership and what you deserve. This will be all about reminding yourself that the right people don't need the perfect version of you. They just need you to be present and honest and whole enough to just be the best version of you that you can possibly be in each given moment. The more you accept yourself with that standard, the more the world around you is going to do the same. Now by Saturday, the Sun semi-squares Uranus in Gemini, so unexpected news around work or around your community or around your public direction, that news may shake something loose, and if and when it does, stay grounded and know that a disruption may be revealing a better route. Now the one action to take this week is choose one routine or one relationship or one responsibility that has been draining your power and make one practical adjustment that protects your peace. So embrace all of these energetic openings and happy week 3 of Cancer season, Virgos. Okay, my powerful Libras, let's prepare to make the most of week 3 of Cancer season. Here is what to expect and what to do about it. This week is gonna feel like the universe gently takes the champagne flute out of your hand, points to your calendar, your relationships, and your career goals, and hand you a warning disguised as one very important question. You are doing beautifully, Libra, but are we building a life or just keeping everything aesthetically tolerable? First, Mars in Gemini trines Pluto in Aquarius, which is excellent for you. It's activating your 9th house of beliefs and wisdom and travel and teaching, publishing, and big picture vision, while Pluto powers up your 5th house of creativity and romance and joy and children if you have them, and self-expression. So what you can expect is a powerful creative idea. Your mind will be sharp, your message will be strong, and your ability to inspire people is going to be serious this week. So make sure when you receive this idea and you go to express it, speak with courage. Teach it, post it, pitch it, write it, but make sure your truth is coming from wisdom, not from the part of you that has been quietly keeping score while smiling like everything is fine. Your smile may be gorgeous, Libra, but sometimes it is hiding a whole civil lawsuit. Then the Sun in Cancer squares Saturn in Aries, activating your 10th house of career and reputation and responsibility and public life, while Saturn is pressing on your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, and contracts. So this can bring pressure between what you are trying to build publicly and what certain people are requiring from you privately. You may see where a relationship or a client or a partnership or an agreement needs much more maturity around it. The lesson will be found in resisting the temptation to cut and run and instead stop over-accommodating. Just be honest and direct with your communication, and that's going to get you where you want to go. Then we have Neptune going retrograde in Aries in your 7th house, bringing a reality check to your relationships. You may begin seeing someone more clearly, or seeing through the fantasy of that relationship, or just seeing through the chemistry even, and let that truth, when you do start seeing it, be a gift, because this is your future making sure that you make the right decisions in the present that are grounded in reality. Then Venus enters Virgo, lighting up your 12th house of rest, closure, hidden feelings, spiritual healing, and subconscious patterns. Since Venus is your ruling planet, this one is going to be really personal for you, Libra. You're going to find that in order to activate your manifesting of money and love, you may need more quiet and more privacy and more sleep and less emotional output for everyone else. So this Venus transit is saying, let yourself recharge. Take care of yourself during this time, because that's what's going to set you up for Venus in Libra, where love and money get a nice wave of expansion and momentum. And with Venus trining Chiron and Taurus and opposing the North Node in Pisces, healing comes through releasing old intimacy wounds, shared money stress, emotional entanglements, and the habit of making yourself useful to avoid feeling vulnerable. So whatever comes up that's in alignment with those topics, know that it's coming up to assist you in healing. And by Saturday, the Sun semi-squares Uranus in Gemini, so unexpected news around work, travel, your beliefs, or your public direction may shake something loose. And when it does, stay flexible. The disruption is going to be showing you where the key to your freedom is. Now, the one action that you can take this week is choose one relationship or one agreement or one obligation and ask yourself, is this actually balanced? Or have I just become very elegant at tolerating imbalance? Answer that question and then move accordingly. So embrace all of these energetic openings and happy week 3 of Cancer season, Libras. Okay, my powerful Scorpios, let's prepare to make the most of week 3 of Cancer season. Here is what to expect and what to do about it. This week is gonna feel like the universe walks into the basement of your soul with a flashlight and hands you a warning disguised as one truth, saying, Scorpio, we are not here to judge your shadow self, but we are here to stop letting unconscious fears or habits run the show behind the scenes. First up, we have Mars in Gemini, trining Pluto in Aquarius, which is great for you, activating your 8th house of intimacy and trust and shared money and deep transformation, while Pluto powers up your 4th house of home, family, and emotional foundations. So what you can expect is something private becoming very clear. A family pattern, an emotional attachment, a financial issue, or a trust dynamic may reveal the deeper truth underneath the surface. And Scorpio, you love the deeper truth, but this week the truth is about liberation for you. So don't just stare at the emotional crime scene with sunglasses on like you're producing a Netflix documentary. When you see the information, clean things up, make some changes, cut the cord, have the conversation. Then the Sun in Cancer squares Saturn in Aries, activating your 9th house while Saturn presses on your 6th house. So this can feel like your spirit wants expansion, but your schedule and your body and your workload is saying not until you get your life organized. So make sure that you don't abandon the vision. Focus on building a structure that can hold it. Your dream is begging for a system, so focus on that and watch things run much more smoothly and with better results. Then Neptune stations retrograde in Aries in your 6th house, bringing a reality check around work, wellness, burnout, and daily chaos. So you may see where you have been sacrificing your peace or ignoring your body or calling exhaustion dedication. And what's important for you to realize is this is your future self giving you an opportunity to know exactly where change needs to take place. Then Venus enters Virgo, lighting up your 11th house of friends, community, audience, social media, and future goals. This is going to help you attract better people, cleaner collaborations, and more practical support, which is great for your world of love and money. And with Venus trining Chiron in Taurus and opposing the North Node in Pisces, healing comes through relationships that support your joy. So focus on giving those relationships your energy. And by Saturday, the Sun semi-squares Uranus in Gemini. So an unexpected conversation around intimacy or money or trust or emotional vulnerability may shake something loose. And when it does, stay grounded. The surprise could be the perfect exit sign and the perfect pathway away from what is no longer serving you. Now, the one action that you can take this week is choose one emotional or financial or energetic entanglement that drains your power and your life force and take one practical step to reclaim it. So embrace all of these energetic openings and happy week 3 of Cancer season, Scorpios. Okay, my powerful Sagittarians, let's prepare to make the most of week 3 of Cancer season. Here's what to expect and what to do about it. This week is gonna feel like the universe grabs your passport, your truth serum, your emotional receipts, and then hand you a warning disguised as one very important question. Saying, Sagittarius, before we plan the next great escape, let's talk about what you keep avoiding that's hidden in the basement. First, Mars in Gemini trines Pluto in Aquarius, which is fantastic for you, activating your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, clients, contracts, and one-on-one dynamics. While Pluto powers up your 3rd house of communication, mindset, siblings, neighbors, and daily conversations. So what you can expect is to have some relationship conversations that really matter. The words in those conversations can reveal the truth fast this week. A partner, a client, a friend, or a close connection may say something that changes the whole picture. And when they do, listen past the tone and hear the pattern. And Sagittarius, make sure to be strategic in how you respond. Keep that big picture perspective of yours in the driver's seat. Then the Sun in Cancer squares Saturn in Aries, activating your 8th house of intimacy, shared money, fear, and emotional vulnerability. While Saturn's pressing on your 5th house of romance, creativity, joy, children, and self-expression. So this may bring pressure around love, trust, money, emotional risk, or the fear of being fully seen. And in response to that pressure, you may want to keep things light or funny or philosophical or just write it off as it is what it is. But the universe is giving you this opportunity to say, let's explore this pressure and see how we can address it to resolve it and release it as opposed to just redirecting it. Then Neptune stations retrograde in Aries in your 5th house, bringing a reality check around romance, passion, your creativity, and what inspires you. You may realize something you called love was actually excitement, and something you called purpose was actually just a fun place to receive attention. Or something you dismissed as silly may actually be sacred to you. So pay attention to that realization because it's going to be important as you move forward. Then Venus enters Virgo, lighting up your 10th house of career, reputation, visibility, responsibility, and public life. And this is excellent for refining your work or for making some money, which is great, or for improving your image, or for attracting opportunity and making your gifts more useful in the real world. So this Venus transit is amping up money for you, but love isn't getting much of a boost. So don't expect much there. With Venus trining Chiron in Taurus and opposing the North Node in Pisces, healing for you is going to come through balancing career ambition with home and rest and emotional peace. And just know that your success is expanding, but it can't be built on burnout or avoidance or pretending that your nervous system is just being dramatic. So make sure your life is running a sustainable plan, Sagittarius. And by Saturday, the Sun semi-squares Uranus in Gemini, so an unexpected relationship, conversation, or financial issue, or emotional truth may shake something loose. And when it does, do not run. It is the perfect opportunity to resolve a very important issue. And the one action that you can take this week is have one honest conversation that you have been avoiding, but enter it with curiosity instead of cross-examination energy. So embrace all of these energetic openings and happy week 3 of Cancer season, Sagittarius. Okay, my powerful Capricorns, let's prepare to make the most of week 3 of Cancer season. Here's what to expect and what to do about it. This week is gonna feel like the universe walks into your life with a hard hat, a relationship contract, and a very calm voice, and hands you a warning in the form of one practical question. Capricorn, the structure is impressive, but who is helping you carry all this? First, Mars in Gemini trines Pluto in Aquarius, activating your 6th house, while Pluto powers up your second house. So what you can expect from this positive transit is serious power around your productivity, your finances, and the systems that support your life. This is excellent for making a practical move that increases your value. So update your routine. It will result positively. Same goes for fixing your workflow and cleaning up your budget and asking for more money. Then the Sun in Cancer squares Saturn in Aries, activating your seventh house of relationships, partnerships, clients, and contracts, while Saturn is pressing on your fourth house of home, family, and emotional foundations. So you may feel pressure between what others need from you and what your inner life can actually hold. A relationship is likely to require a response from maturity and a plan that follows. A family pattern may need a boundary. A partnership may show you where the emotional labor has not been evenly distributed. And when this happens, know that the assignment is to be honest about what support, safety, and commitment actually look like to you, and be willing to ask for those things specifically and clearly. Then Neptune stations retrograde in Aries in your fourth house, bringing a reality check around home, family, roots, and emotional security. You may see where you have been idealizing a family dynamic, or avoiding a private truth, or pretending you are fine because being fine is much more efficient. But Capricorn, just remember, denial is not a home improvement strategy. So whatever comes up, face it and fix it. Then Venus enters Virgo, lighting up your ninth house of wisdom, faith, travel, teaching, publishing, and your big picture vision. So this Venus transit is amazing for you. This helps you refine your beliefs and turn your knowledge into something useful, which will result in a momentum phase with money and love, especially because this is happening while the Sun is in your seventh house. So love is looking really good for you when Venus goes into Virgo. Now with Venus trining Chiron and Taurus and opposing the North Node in Pisces, healing for you will come through expressing your joy and your creativity and your truth in a way that teaches others without abandoning your own heart. By Saturday, the Sun semi-squares Uranus in Gemini, so a relationship or client issue may shake up your schedule or workflow or your nervous system. And when this happens, pause before reacting. And remember that some disruptions are information. And when used wisely, that information can be the catalyst for positive change. And the one action to take this week is choose one relationship, one routine or responsibility, and ask, is this supporting the life I'm building or just proving that I can carry more than I should? And when you answer that question, move forward accordingly. So embrace all of these energetic openings, and happy week 3 of Cancer season, Capricorns. Okay, my powerful Aquarians, let's prepare to make the most of week 3 of Cancer season. Here's what to expect and what to do about it. This week is gonna feel like the universe walks up to you with a mirror, a calendar, and a very suspicious look, and then hands you a warning disguised as one very practical question. Asking you, Aquarius, this vision is brilliant, but is your daily life actually supporting your genius? First, Mars in Gemini trines Pluto in Aquarius, activating your 5th house, while Pluto is powering up your 1st house. So what you can expect is a major surge of creative power. So this transit is fantastic for you. Your magnetism is going to amplify this week. Your ideas are going to have heat. Your presence will have more impact. People may notice you more, or want you more, or challenge you more, or finally realize that you're not just being weird. You are just 3 major leaps ahead of the whole room. So to capitalize on this, create and express and flirt with life and let yourself be seen. Opportunities will come from this. Then the Sun in Cancer squares Saturn in Aries, activating your 6th house, while Saturn presses on your 3rd house, which can bring pressure around your schedule and your health routines, your work habits, or the way that your mind talks to you. So this is where the universe is saying to you, you cannot solve a nervous system problem with 19 browser tabs open and a revolutionary theory that you aren't even applying to your own life. So the move here is ground yourself, Aquarius. Simplify your life a little bit. Say a little bit less and focus on doing the next practical thing. Then Neptune stations retrograde in Aries in your 3rd house, bringing a reality check around your thoughts and your conversations and the assumptions that you make sometimes and your mental patterns. So you may realize where you've been confusing intuition with overthinking, or calling emotional distance clarity when it was really just your feelings being shipped to a remote location with no forwarding address. And when you realize this, start to make some changes that transforms this energy and behavior. Then Venus enters Virgo, lighting up your 8th house. So this Venus transit is going to be deep for you when it comes to love and money, because this means that it's time to ask yourself in terms of your relationship life, can we be honest and practical and emotionally mature about what it is that we share? And based on that answer, establish what needs to change in terms of your relationship dynamics. That way you can have more transparency and more trust and be able to go deeper and then expand your capacity to manifest based on the fact that you have deeper connections that you can work with and amplify your energy together. Now with Venus trining Chiron and Taurus and opposing the North Node in Pisces, healing for you during that transit is going to come through creating safety at home and honoring your worth and allowing support without acting like needing people is a personal scandal. So do those things in order to capitalize on the healing energy of that transit. And by Saturday, the sun semi-squares Uranus in Gemini, so a sudden creative, romantic, or emotional disruption may shake up your whole routine. And when and if it does, just stay flexible. Not every plot twist is chaos. Remind yourself that even unexpected change can be great for you. The one action to take this week is choose one routine that protects your energy and one creative desire that you're ready to take seriously, and take it seriously. Act on it and watch the momentum shift. So embrace all of these energetic openings and happy week 3 of Cancer season, Aquarius. Okay, my powerful Pisces, let's prepare to make the most of week 3 of Cancer season. Here's what to expect and what to do about it. This week is gonna feel like the universe is walking into your dream world with a clipboard, then hands you a warning disguised as one very necessary question, saying, Pisces, the vision is beautiful, but can we please make sure it has a concrete plan that you feel good about and that you can be consistent with? First, Mars in Gemini trines Pluto in Aquarius, activating your 4th house, while Pluto powers up your 12th house in a very positive way. So what you can expect is deep emotional truth rising from behind the scenes. So either a family pattern or an old memory or a private fear maybe, or a deep-rooted long-time habit may reveal itself, so that way you can finally stop living under emotional rules that you never consciously agreed to. And when this happens, do not float away from the feeling. Stay present with it and name it, and then release what is not yours. Because what this is referring to is something that could be so deep-rooted that it's from your ancestors. And you're not responsible for carrying every family ghost like you're running a haunted Airbnb with complimentary trauma breakfast. The result of releasing this energy can mean major momentum for you, Pisces. So pay attention to what comes up this week. Then the sun in Cancer squares Saturn in Aries, activating your 5th house, while Saturn presses on your 2nd house, which can bring pressure between what your heart wants and what your confidence or resources can currently support. And when this pressure arrives, you may naturally just start to ask yourself, can I afford this dream? Am I talented enough? Is it safe to be seen? Is joy allowed when I have these responsibilities? And the answer is yes, but with structure. The key right now for you to unlocking your dreams, Pisces, is discipline, it's timing, it's self-respect, and being consistent with those things. Then Neptune stations retrograde in Aries in your 2nd house, and because Neptune is your ruling planet, this one really matters because this brings a reality check around money and your confidence and what you believe you deserve. So you may see where you have been undercharging or overgiving or rescuing again, or hoping the universe will handle something that actually needs you to take control and have the necessary conversation. And you know, we've been talking a lot about you and self-worth for a while, and this Neptune retrograde is working with Mercury retrograde in Cancer. It's the perfect combination for you to do some revision and resolution work in this area of life. So whatever's coming up for you during this time, take the opportunity to identify what you need from the circumstances and what the circumstances need from you, and then execute. Then Venus enters Virgo, lighting up your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, clients, contracts, and one-on-one dynamics. So when it comes to love and money, it's all about seeing partnerships and connection and how you behave within those dynamics. Love will become practical for you. Attraction will become behavior-based, which is good for you. This is where you stop falling in love with potential and you start asking, do their actions bring me peace, or am I just narrating their growth arc like I work for Netflix? So let's get some proof going in terms of who deserves your time and your energy and your partnership and who doesn't during this Venus transit. And with Venus trining Chiron and Taurus and opposing the North Node in Pisces, this healing that this brings is going to be capitalized through communication and through self-respect, like we've been talking about, and through choosing relationships that honor who you are becoming, Pisces. So keep that in mind this week. And by Saturday, the sun semi-squares Uranus in Gemini, so an unexpected family, home, or emotional issue may shake up your creative flow or even your feeling of happiness. But when and if it does, stay flexible and know that the disruption may be freeing you from something. So just think acceptance. Accept what is and then adjust accordingly. Let the universe save you from some nonsense by an unexpected pivot. And the one action to take this week is write down one place where you have confused compassion with overgiving, and then create one boundary that protects your peace. So embrace all of these energetic openings and happy week 3 of Cancer season, Pisces. Okay, there you have it. Week 3 of Cancer season and how you can make the most of all of this energy. I hope you enjoyed the information. If you did, please don't forget the baby tap. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Make sure to check out my new book. Thanks so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me. I love you guys, and I will see you next Sunday.